George S. Patton once said, "Accept the challenges so that you can feel the exhilaration of victory." Hello everyone and welcome to Blind Beauty. What we are going to do today is I'm going to show you how to do your eyebrows. Now I'm not talking about shaping them and all that, with a razor or whatever. I do believe I already have a tutorial up on that. If I do, I'll try to link it down below. But today I'm showing you how to fill them in. And I will also be showing you different products that you could use to do it. But I am going to show you one of the methods to fill them in as well. And in the future, I'll also be showing multiple steps to do your eyebrows. If you don't want to just do one step, if you want to do 2 steps, and then another video might be 3 steps. So this is the very beginner basic tutorial for eyebrows. And that's what we're going to be focusing on today. Now I know I might look a little crazy, but that is because I don't have my brows done yet. And that does make a big difference, having the eyebrows done. Whenever you do have your eyeshadow done, your face done, your lips done, mascara done, all that, your brows help to frame the face. That is why I believe it is important to do eyebrows. Your brows are basically the frame of your face, and if you wear glasses, they frame your glasses. So I'm going to show you how to do that, but first let's talk about the different products that you can use and the different methods that you could use. Now there are various different products out there, and I'm going to show you at least one of each and also make recommendations as well. Now if you want to know how to do eyeshadow, how to do contour, blush, all that, I do have a playlist that you can check out to see other ways of doing your makeup as well, and I'll link that down below too. This right here is the Color Mates Brow Kit, and you can get this from the Dollar Tree. Mine's a little dirty, but you can tell I actually enjoy it. Now this has 2 different shades to it. It has a warmer tone brown right there, and then you have a cooler tone brown that's deeper. That's the 2 colors. Now whenever you're doing your brows, a tip is to go 1 to 2 shades lighter or darker, depending on what you prefer, what you like. I'm saying than your natural hair color. Now, if you can tell, my hair is naturally dark brown, but my brows are more of a taupey color. That's the best way I know to describe them, taupey color. So for me, the warmer tone brown, and if you ever hear warm tone, it has more of a red hint to it. And a lot of brow products out there do have that red tint to it for like darker brown, deeper brown, whatever. And your really dark brown has your more cool tone, your more gray tone. So, but this right here is a product, like I said, from the Dollar Tree. You can also get products by e.l.f. that has a brow powder and a pomade in one. And that's what I started out with, but this is even cheaper from the Dollar Tree, so, And I like it. It comes with its own little brush that you don't have to worry about buying a separate brush to do them. And I mean, the brush is actually pretty decent by itself. It's worth $1 by itself, in my opinion, so. But that is something that you can use if you want to do a quick fill-in. But the thing is, with me, I tend to like to have something for the powder to grab onto. That's where doing a step before that can help. And if you don't want to do the brow powder at all, you don't have to. The other steps that you can do are to use a pomade of some kind. Now this is the e.l.f. Brow and Liner. I forget what exactly it's called, but this is a medium brown. It's like a brown liner pomade. Looks like that right there. And it is a more cream format product. Now if you're going to use a cream format, you would need some kind of a brush to do them. Now this one here is by Aesthetica, but it's not drugstore price, but you can get brow brushes from Real Techniques. You can get some from, I believe e.l.f. has them now. You can even get them on shopmissa.com, I believe, for a brow product, or brow brush rather. And people may say, well, what in the world is a brow brush? Why, what's the difference between a brow brush and an eyeshadow brush? Well, a brow brush, if you can see this one here, it has a slight angle to it. I recently did an eyeliner tutorial and I showed one similar to this for the eyeliner, and it has an angle to it to make it easier to get in there at the very tail end. You can use the very, very tip of it to get the tail of your brow, or you can use the entire thing on the front part and middle part. So that is one of the brushes that you can get. Like I said, you can get them from shopmissa.com. You can get some from e.l.f. Cosmetics. Real Techniques has them. I'm not quite sure if Wet n Wild has a brow brush or not. I'm sure they do, but I just have never tried it. I have tried the Real Techniques one. It's not too terrible. But the brush that came in the Colormates palette that I was talking about, I'm going to show you this one here. This is only $1 for that little bead brush, and you have quite a bit of control because it is so small that you can really get right up there on that brow. So that is one plus side to having this little kit, even if you don't want to use the powder at all, but you want a brush for your pomade of some kind. And you can get a pomade also from shopmissa.com has a good one. This one, like I said, is from e.l.f. I believe it's like $3 or $4 pomade for this one. You can also get pomades by the brand Kiss. Salon Perfect also has one that I've tried. I mean, there's all sorts of brands out there that do make really good pomades. And whenever I say pomade, it is a cream, is basically what I'm talking about. It is a cream brow product that's in a little pot. You know, like some eyeliner would come in or something like that. And the thing with pomades, for a beginner, it is very easy to go overboard. I know whenever I first started doing my brows, a powder, yes, I could use a powder, no problem. Like the e.l.f. Duo that I was mentioning earlier, that's no problem to use. Now, it also comes with a little brush, best I remember. But a pomade like that, it is so easy to go overboard and then have brows going up to your hairline. And I don't mean that, you know, literally, but you can easily go way overboard with a pomade because you get too much product and then it just goes crazy. But that is why these next two items are what I do recommend for a beginner. Now, one is the Wet n Wild pencil. Now, this is in, let's see here, what shade is this one in? I think this is in brunette. Yes, this is in brunette. Now, it's a pencil that you actually sharpen here. Now, personally, I'm not real big on sharpening pencils, but this one has really good pigment, and you can tell it's a deeper brown. This one, to me, does not have the reddish tint that a lot of brunette or dark brown, or medium brown, rather, brow pencils have. So that's a good thing. But the one I'm going to be using today is called the e.l.f. brow pencil. Now, this has two different ends to it. It has a spoolie, which is a very good thing, whether you're using a pomade or a pencil, either one. I do recommend having some kind of a spoolie. Now, you can, what I'm talking about are spoolies. A spoolie, if you've ever bought mascara or used mascara, you know that little brush that is in the mascara tube? That is a spoolie. Now, this is one by Aesthetica as well. But that is a spoolie, and it's just used to kind of brush your brows out. Now, for me, I don't always brush my brows ahead of time because mine are not that long. I try to keep them trimmed down and tame. But I am going to show you here. You just take it and you brush your brows like so. You just take it and run them through like you're brushing your brow hair. Then you would take your brow pencil. Now, the e.l.f. one that I'm showing you here, it is one that you roll up instead of sharpen. And you get quite a bit of product. This is for $2. I've used mine for a little while now. And I have the shade Taupe. Now, normally I do like a darker colored brow, but since, you know, I have done my brows recently and everything, I'm going to just use the Taupe one. I do plan on getting a darker brown one. And whenever you're wanting to do your brows, a little tip here, the further down you hold the pencil, the more light of touch you have, but also the less control. So it does take a little bit of effort to really stay on your actual brow. Now towards the front of it, I stay towards the bottom of it, and I try to follow the natural brow. Maybe fill in some spots. I'm not trying to recreate a brow. I'm just trying to fill in spots that might need a little extra help. And then as I get to the middle, I go higher up on the brow wand, and then I can put a little bit more pressure that way, and that makes it darker in the middle. Basically, the further to the where the arch is of the brow, the higher up on the pencil I go. Because where the arch is, I like that to be more defined and darker than anything else. Then I start going back down the brow, or back down the brow pencil for the tail. And one other tip is to have a good mirror that you can use in order to do your brows. I'm going to go back over the front of it here. And I like to gradually make it darker. Okay, that is one brow done versus not done. Now I'm going to go ahead and fill in the other brow. Same method, I'm starting at the very bottom of the pencil and just real small strokes. You're wanting really small, like hair-like strokes. You don't want to take your pencil and just try to draw it one straight line, because then it won't look as natural. If you do have some bald spots that you need a little extra help, doing a straight line will make it look less natural than if you're doing small strokes. Very small, even, I mean, I'm barely moving my wrist whenever I'm doing this. And if you need more product up there, then just roll it up and get you a little bit more product. Other brow pencils that are good, that I have tried, Maybelline makes a good brow pencil. And I know I've used that in tutorials before on my channel. The Maybelline brow pencil. Another one that makes a good one that's retractable is ShopMissA.com has a really good one that's only $1. This e.l.f. one is $2, by the way. But Shop Miss A has a good one. NYX Micro Brow is awesome. I don't have that any longer, but it is a great one as well. So NYX has a good one. I've heard that the L'Oreal brow pencil is really good. Now, if you're looking for one that's not drugstore, I've heard, I have not tried because I stick with drugstore products most of the time, the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow product. So, and that right there is both brows done. Now, I don't have a drugstore one of these, but you can use a brow gel, like a clear brow gel, to help set it in place. Or you could, like, say you don't need to fill in anything, but yet you want to just make your brows less unruly, because some people may have brows that want to stick out everywhere and they don't want to worry about waxing them or shaving them, tweezing them, whatever. Then a brow gel, like the e.l.f. Clear Brow Gel and Mascara, that's a pretty decent one. I've used it before, and I've used it before if I want to set my brows in place as well. So that is a good option if you want to use that. But that right there is the brow product. So, I believe that's pretty much it. One other tip, that whenever you do your brows, I recommend using some kind of a highlighter under the brow, under the arch of the brow, because if you're feeling where your brows are, sometimes you'll notice that there's a little dip where it goes up a little more. Like mine is more towards my temple on one eye. And that is where I like to make sure I have some kind of highlighter. You can use a Wet n Wild highlight. You can use whatever eyeshadow palette you have, the lightest color in it, as a highlight under the brow bone. You can do almost anything, but taking a highlight rather under your brow helps them stand out a little more. Now in the future I will try to do a video on carving out your brows. That is where you take concealer and really make them pop even more. I will try to do that sometime in the future, maybe on my next brow, like the 2-step tutorial one. But I do have several beginner basic videos coming up. I'm also going to redo my foundation and my concealer ones as well. So I do hope that you hit that subscribe button so that you can be notified whenever I upload those. And if you turn on that bell, it'll let you know as soon as I upload. I try to upload anywhere from 3 to 5 days a week. You know, sometimes I upload 2 videos in one day though, like today. But other than that, I have all sorts of videos coming up for Halloween in the next month or 2. I've got some holiday videos planned. I have different tutorials coming up for hair, for makeup, you name it. I've got it planned, as well as some challenges I've got going, or planned to do as well. So I do hope you subscribe for all those goodies. And also you can follow me over on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. I'm on all those. And I also have a Facebook Blind Beauty support group that you can join if you would like to talk about all things beauty, as well as I get y'all's input on what you might like to see here on this channel. So I do hope you come on over there, because I'd love to get to know you. Thank you so much for watching and being a part of the Blind Beauty community, and you have a great day. Bye-bye.